Hey there. So today I'm going to give you a challenge, right? I'm going to ask you to tell me some numbers, okay? And it's going to help you with all of your playing, okay? TEST. That's my method for helping you improve. Now, what does it stand for? T for technique, okay? I want you to rate your technique out of 10. How is your technique? Do you know when you pick up the guitar, do you struggle? Is playing a C chord difficult for you? Is just being able to do that hard? Or can you do it, you know? Do you feel tense and sore when you stop playing? All these things, ask yourself these questions now. Your shoulders ache, does your back ache, okay? Do notes where you're playing little bits of melody. You know, is stretches and melodies like that. Is that difficult? All I'm doing now is 5-3-2, 3-2. With pull-offs and hammer-ons. Well, sorry, pull-offs. Like that. So it's 5-3-2, pull-off with a low E string, then 3-2. Do you struggle to do stuff like that? Now, I'm not saying everybody should have perfect technique, because there is no such thing. Technique is something all the classical greats work on all the time, or have done in the past, you know what I mean? But musicians do all the time. Real good musicians are always looking to work on the technique, to perfect it, to make everything flow, and just to allow freedom of the fretboard, because that's what it's all about. If your technique is not great, it's going to hold you back. It's going to hold back everything, no matter what, okay? So rate yourself out of 10 on technique, okay? Give yourself an honest rating. If your chord changes are smooth, if your melodies are smooth, your picking's accurate, you know, and everything's tidy, great, give yourself a high score. If not, give yourself an honest score, because we're going to work on that next, okay? With all the stuff. So the next one is E for enjoyment, T-E. So T for technique, E is for enjoyment. This is pretty simple. How much fun do you actually have playing the guitar? Do you pick it up and think, I can't wait to play right now, this is going to be so much fun? Or do you run home from work or wherever you are at the gym or walking the dog and you think, I'm desperate to get back, I want to play, I'm so excited? Or do you think, I know I should practice my guitar later, but instead I'm going to clean the oven or something like that, you know? Make excuses not to practice, because you know what, even though I'm making that joke there, it's really common. A lot of people want to play guitar, they know they should enjoy it, but they can't quite just yet. And often it's not your fault. And I'll say that honestly, you know, you're responsible for your own playing and your own enjoyment and your own practice, of course, and always be responsible for that. But most of the guitar tuition out there in the big world isn't very good, you know, it's complicated. It's too much focus on chords and strumming and complicated stuff. Whereas I'm much more of a fan of just playing beautiful, simple music, you know? Something like Romanza. I'm not going to play it all, because I want to tell you and not just like show stuff, okay? But that there, you know, that's one of the first finger picking pieces I teach all my students, you know, I have done in my studio for years, particularly when I taught lots and lots of students, you know, privately, one-to-one. I loved it, but, you know, 8 lessons a day was a bit too much. So hence why I created all the videos and online courses and my book, Fingerstyle 101. My back nearly went there, I think. That's it. Anyway, Fingerstyle 101. You know, it comes with various songs in the bonuses and stuff like that. You can get it from fingerstyle101.com/system. Loads of stuff there, beautiful, simple stuff. But the whole point of this is that it's all about enjoyment. If you're not enjoying it, find a way to enjoy it, because you should. You absolutely should. You should cherish every moment with the guitar. And you got to get the right balance. We'll talk about that in a moment, because it's all about enjoying it, but it's all about pushing yourself a little bit as well. There are some people who just never have fun on the guitar, and they just work and they're just striving to get better, and they forget to have fun. And then some people who just have fun, and then they never get better, and then they end up quitting. And both people end up quitting. You want to have like 80 or 90% of fun, and then 10 or 20% of actually like, I'm really going to focus for 5 or 10 minutes on improving this, okay? If you're really struggling with stuff, you may need to have like more like 50-50 or 60-40 in terms of the ratio of fun to actual like practice and stuff like that. But your fun, or your enjoyment as it is, should never be less than 50%. You should enjoy the process of improving as well. It's something I tell my son a lot with his football. He's always loves the game, but I'm always trying to encourage him to enjoy the process of getting better, working on the weak areas. And if you do that, you just cherish your practice and then you get better, and it has this positive snowball effect of everything becoming more fun. So that's the E for enjoyment. You got S, which is the third one, which is about specific plans, okay? And what that is, it's about your big picture. What do you do, in terms of practice every day? What are you aiming to achieve this week by Friday or the weekend? What are you trying to achieve by the end of the month? What do you want to achieve by the end of the year? Have a specific plan and a roadmap to get you there, okay? It's not always clear exactly what your plan will be. So that's where you can reach out to people like me, and ask for a little bit of advice by leaving a comment below on a video like this, or, joining my different programs and courses. Because anytime you join one of my courses, you get the login access and you can leave comments. And I respond personally to those as well. I enjoy it. It doesn't take me too long, and I get to enjoy it every day and help my students. So I can guide you in different ways, but you might know what you want to achieve. You might want to be able to play 5 songs. That's the first big goal I give to all my students, is to try and play 5 songs. I call it the 5 Song Club. And when you can play 5, you join the 5 Song Club, which is awesome. So that's the idea. You have a plan for what you want to achieve. The last T is for time management, and that's much more about your day-to-day practice. Say you got like 30 minutes to practice each day. What are you going to do? Are you going to do a warm-up, like something like a little finger picking pattern warm-up? And then some chords. And then maybe combine the two. Just simple stuff like that. And then think, okay, now I'm going to learn a song, or I'm going to practice a bit of strumming as well. Have a plan, Or you think, I've got a really weak pinky. Then improve it. Do something like this. Little exercises where you're adding little flicks on and off with the pinky. There's so much you can do, but that is the TEST method in a nutshell. Rate yourself from 1 to 10 on those. Technique, enjoyment, specific plan, time management, and then, have some fun. And also, as a bonus, you can test yourself, okay? So all those little letters, very clever, right? All those little letters come together to create the word test. And you can test yourself. One of the best things about playing guitar is being tested, I find, because it helps you know where your knowledge is at, like whether it be questions, whether it be challenges. And I teach all that on my website in various programs, okay? And you can find out more about me and what I do at fingerstyle101.com/free if you're new here. Okay, you can get some free guides and you can join my world of, learning guitar, which the test method is like very much a big backbone of all that, okay? I'll help you with those 4 elements. I'll help test you so where you're at with your playing and have loads of fun. But of course, if you want to just get stuck in and just enjoy your finger picking, go to fingerstyle101.com/system and get this free bonus sent when you get the whole system, okay? I won't say any more here, but hopefully this was helpful. It's not the sort of thing I find people talk about. It's more, everybody likes to teach tricks and hacks, and I hate that word hacks. I drive me mad. But people want to teach tips and tricks, and that's cool. But if you want to put all those tips and tricks together, Fingerstyle 101 is the way to do it, okay? Particularly if you're into finger picking. But most of all, I hope you had fun. I hope this was useful, eye-opening, give you some food for thought. Right, I'm Dan Thorpe. Thank you so much for watching and giving me your time today. I hope it was helpful, and I wish you all the very best for your play. Right, cheers, bye-bye.